Pogdog versus
Oh,
Esjb.
we gotta let Pogdog know about this one.
Indeed. You want to ping him? You can. I'm going to
Sure,
pull
yeah, he
up.
requested multiple times, and I did make a Pogdog specific meme, which I shared with you recently. I don't know if you want to throw that one up. Maybe we can save it for after as well.
Yeah, it will just be on the Discord, but that is fine. We do have that here. Guys,
Yeah.
Pogdog has been around for a little while in the Discord, so Jabari's going to ping him, let him know we are going about that. But we're gonna dive into the Sieve Draft here, as I am pulling it all up right now for you. I double check that I have these maps correct, but I believe that I do. So we'll have Esjb with the Vikings, Teutons, Burgundians, and Japanese. Pogdog will have Franks, Poles, Magyars, and Lithuanians. And home maps for Esjb will be Banana Grounds or Battlegrounds. And then we will have Monkey Arena for Pogdog, which is not a big surprise for those of us who know him.
Yep, I mean, Pogdog found the Discord through a popular meme we posted on Reddit recently, and I think he was probably around like less than 1100 when he joined just a few months ago, but he's been playing a ton. He's been pretty addicted to the game. He's been specializing in Arena, and I don't think that he knew that this was a pro tournament when he signed up. But he's got the Warriors spirit, and I'm sure that he will put some sweat and blood into these games, man.
Indeed. So we're going to dive in here to game one. I'm trying to pull it up right now. But we'll see what happens here. Pogdog definitely likes to play with specific civs, I feel like. So we'll see what he has in store for us here. I am trying to find the games, guys. So many games now. Alright. Loading into the game now. We'll dive right in, guys. Game number one here, Esjb, going to be playing with the Burgundians. And then on the opposite side, Pogdog with the Franks, a civ that I'm actually shocked to see him play with at this point.
I mean, this Arabia match is a wild card, dude. Truthfully, he has no business playing against what I assume is like almost an 1800 player here. I don't think Pogdog has any Arabia builds. I don't think he knows that many tricks. I don't know if he's ever beaten a player above like 1400 in a 1v1 on Arabia. This will be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what happens here. What about this Civ matchup? Burgundians for Esjb and Pogdog with Franks. You feel like the cheaper but yet slightly less HP'd units are going to be efficient enough against the Frank Paladin that we might see?
Paladin? Dude, I will give you 10,000 Banano if Frank Paladin or any Paladin make an appearance in this game, man. That's thinking way far down the line. I prefer Franks because they don't need bloodlines, because they don't need the Cavalier upgrade. Franks are just great right out of the box. They have the stronger units with no upgrades. If both players just rush to get out a few scouts, I prefer Franks at the start. And I expect this one to be fast and hard right out of the gate. And I like Franks here. They also have the berry bonus, which comes for free. I know that Burgundians also have excellent economy, as we see him getting double bit in the Dark Age. But I like Franks, man. They're just streamlined so nicely into fast scouts, fast knights. Burgundians, I guess they're similarly streamlined, but Franks are simpler to play, which I think is what Pog needs here badly.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening. Pogdog having some weird issue here, trying to get the boar in.
Yep, a little bit of slop on the boar lore. but it looks like he's taking it down pretty close to under the TC.
Yeah, he's actually going to pull it back a little bit closer, even. All in all, though, he'll be okay. I don't like this house here on the berries. I think this was actually meant to be a mill, potentially. We'll see if that was the case, or he's going to drop one here. Esjb being very aggressive with his scout early here. And ultimately, did he steal some sheep? Or no, we have 4 sheep left here on this side.
I did not see any sheep stealing, but it kind of looks like Pogdog is short 2 of them, and Esjb did run forward very quickly with his monkey, so it's possible.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Scouting for Esjb very far ahead, and he's actually going to see this bill coming out here for a boar. So he's probably going to try to snipe this one, which would make a lot of sense. His opponent just scouting around his ace Pogdog, trying to push in a deer, going for this boar, but this could be problematic here. Like, Esjb will just pull back for now, though.
Yep. Looks like Pogdog will have another clean lure here. A little bit of idle time around the lure. I see how Pogdog actually pushed a deer. Very nice. Pogdog is looking like he's actually in okay form here. Not the worst idle time. Everything's looking pretty clean. But on the other side, his opponent, man, is just doing a proper high-level build. I'm a little bit worried, as it looks like the click up is coming in lightning fast for Esjb.
Yeah, and he's already got it queued behind here. Pogdog probably going to be a ways away from that here. Not sure what he has for a scout build. Nonetheless, pushing another deer, which is always helpful. He is on berries here with Franks, which also brings in quite a bit of food. Ultimately, see if the scout play, I believe it will be scouts anyways from Burgundians here, comes forward, and we'll see what he has to do here. Monkeys chasing one another. It's actually good for Pogdog if he can chase this monkey away and potentially get some HP off of it.
Yep, I have a strange feeling though. Oh, as Pogdog is actually microing this. I was gonna say I was worried Pogdog would forget about it and just run into the enemy TC, but it looks like Pogdog's got his mind on the monkey. But okay, Pogdog's click is not that drastically far behind. He's still competitive in this one, man. If I knew nothing about the players and I was dropped into the game at this moment, I would have no reason to think that Pogdog was really behind it at all.
Yeah, and ultimately he could probably wall in his wood lines the way his lumber camp's positioned here, and maybe just defend with some spears if need be. His economy is actually going to be even as soon as the Vil production is here. Should be relatively close to even, I guess. Maybe not perfect.
Yeah, Pogdog could actually win this monkey fight if he works the hill. The monkey seems to magnify the hill bonus just with the, I'm not sure exactly what it is, something to do with the attack speed. But yeah, monkey's fighting up and downhill. The uphill monkey wins with more than half its HP left, it almost seems.
Yeah, Pogdog going for the big walls over here across the front. Actually looks like he's going to try to wall half the map here. I don't see that working out too well for him. He's losing a lot of HP on the monkey. Scouts are out as well here. Pogdog at least will know what his opponent's base looks like here, at least for the most part. Walls coming up here. No spears in defense just yet. Monkey will go down for Pogdog. See what he has in store for us here. These big walls would be almost impossible to keep scouts from breaking in, I feel like.
Yep, your audio is getting a little chunky, juicy, but it looks like Pog, seeing his resources, was imagining he might be able to FC. He is an arena player. He arrived up to the next stage later with a ton of food. I like the idea of the walls, but it's just too big, too late. As Pog's a little defenseless here.
Yep, and he's gonna
definitely not doing the best damage control either.
Yeah, gonna lose another Vil here. Some good blocking here from Esjb. Will be difficult to deal with. Forward aggression. Looks like it's only a few more scouts coming behind this, but the damage has been done pretty effectively already here.
Yep, but Pog has good scout numbers out, good scouts in queue. Equalizing damage is a possibility. He's only behind by 3 Vils at this point. And he's got good numbers of Frank scouts. Let's see if he can work it. I bet Esjb is, if he researched Pog and saw Zelo, he's probably hanging a little bit loose, maybe let himself be a little more vulnerable than he normally would be. As Pog's got a couple Vils wandering out here. Oh boy. They should go down pretty easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, the monkey's here. There's going to be a scout coming over. But ultimately, one of these will definitely go down.
Yep. The counter damage looks like it's coming in, man. At Yellow's base, Pog's scouts. Yeah. Pick one. He's on the board with the Eco KD. No reaction yet, man.
And there's the reaction. Fear is here. The TC will take care of those as well. Ultimately, things are not too far off, though. But Esjb looking really good with economy behind this. Pogdog not quite as well. And he's still trying to get these big walls up.
Yep, I mean, it looks like he will. Pogdog is not dying in Feudal Age today. He'll get to Castle Age as Franks with a giant palisade wall behind by 5-ish Vils. It's a manageable situation.
Yeah, these farm numbers, though, are really starting to get out of control. Only 14 for Pogdog. We have more coming down here. Will be 24 farms for Esjb with Wheelbarrow soon. He will need to go on to gold, unless he just plans on building a market and selling some resources. Pogdog is taking a better fight on the front here, though.
Yep, a spear in the mix really helps to tip the balance. And yeah, the Vil count. Okay, how is the Vil count as close as it is? It seems like Pog between the idle time and the KD should be. Oh, Wheelbarrow just finished. Yep. I was seeing Wheelbarrow wasn't in, but it was being researched. Okay, so effectively he's behind 4 Vils. I mean, that's like 15% of the economy. It's not that drastic. He's also behind by Castle Age Eco upgrades, so the economic deficit is considerable.
Pogdog literally just walling up half the map. I mean, for this crazy wall up, he's actually not in a terrible position. I mean, still doing everything he can to deal with the enemy's military. The scouts are headed forward here, but I think he'll be fine. He's all walled up.
It looks like he's fine, but unless he like stonewalls behind this, knights can cut through a palisade in like a matter of 5 seconds or something. This is a properly indefensible wall.
Yep, and the scouts are going to try to deal with the walls itself. Castle Age behind this, coming in for Esjb right now. Scouts will not get in.
I'm losing you, man. The audio's. I know I keep saying it. I don't know if there's anything you can do. I can stop saying it, but
I'm not sure there's anything I can do at the moment. Everything.
Okay, I think we need to do some sound testing and figure out a proper solution between casts sometime.
Yeah, we'll work on it. Like I said, crazy times.
Yep, as Pog is competitive in his Castle Age time. He's getting the first armor. 6 on gold, 17 on food. Honestly, Pog is close. He's a little bit behind in every aspect. And I worry that he is just going to mirror the opponent, which will not give him a chance to come back. I mean, in a Knight's War, like mixing in some monks, I think is the biggest thing you can do to try to come back. I don't know if that is in Pog's repertoire, however.
Yeah, I mean, Franks will have good production. They will have good numbers with his eco, but it'll be difficult.
Yep, as it looks like he might almost let the stable fall. The forward siege workshop will also be troublesome. Yeah, I guess the game plan here is just probably to go knights for Pog. And if he's behind in numbers, he'll also be fighting knights versus cavalier. I don't know, man. I think Pog's going to need to switch it up in some way. And as he drops second stable, I wonder if he has any thoughts or if he's just going to go down knights versus knights.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I switched over to my other microphone.
Yep, the audio quality is like worse, but it's clearer and consistent. I think this is the way to go for now, man. Let's just try it for the rest of the game. How about after the cast tonight we do some testing or something? Yep.
Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you.
Well, you can hear me because we're in Discord, but can chat hear me right now is my question.
Yeah, I'll switch to game audio, stream audio for a second.
Sure thing. But yeah, my audio seems to be like cutting in and out. Like my microphone's even cutting in and out. So hopefully this is working now.
Cool. I'm actually not set up to test stream audio, so that's on you, man, whether or not that's going. Cool. Yeah, no I'm actually not set up to test stream audio, so that's on you, man. Yeah. Getting back to the game here, the military is overwhelming, man. Pog is building up a nice defensive mass here, but it is just mirrored units in inferior numbers. He's losing production, so his ability to keep building his army is diminishing. He is the faster player to 2 TCs. Oh boy, he's not multi-queuing also. I notice he has 4 vills queued up in the same TC. So he's not taking advantage of that. Pog just takes the engagement. He retreats. He's going to keep on trying to fight this out. But honestly, there's nothing he can do to stop his TCs from falling. The GG at this point is imminent. Honestly, this is well fought, man. Pog should be happy with this play, given he's been playing for less than a year and has been completely not focused on Arabia. Yeah, I agree. He lasted longer than I expected to. Looked pretty good.
Yeah, can't complain there. Again, good effort. Fell behind here, a little bit rough, obviously. But we will go at his home map here for game number 2. Guys, I apologize for the audio. I am not sure what's happening, but it seems to be like flickering. Even in my settings, like everything is flickering for the headphones and for the mic. So not 100% sure what that's all about. But we'll power through this one here. Jabari will just take the lead here, and we'll go from there. But let's go check the civs real quick and the maps that we will have for game number 2.
Yep, and I am positive here that Pog will go for Poles. He has a unique Poles arena trush build that he does. And if Pog was going to take a game in this series, it would be here. Yeah, he's definitely hundreds of elo higher doing this on Arena than he is playing Arabia. It's an off-meta strat, so I'm sure Esjb will need to improvise his response to it. And yeah, dude, this is Pog's time to shine right here. Let's see if he can pull out a big upset win.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna dive into the game here. Jabari's gonna do all the introductions.
Yep. So here we are on Arena as Esjb unfortunately has gone for Teutons, a Civ with a unique bonus that makes them excellent at countering Trushes. They're able to double garrison their towers. So if it ever comes to a tower versus tower fight, the Teutons win handily. But, that doesn't necessarily always come into play. A lot of players are reluctant to counter tower. And yeah, aside from that, Teuton's considered a pretty high tier arena pick. They got a nice full tech tree. They have excellent melee units of all sorts. The crenellations upgrade is very nice. They got bombard cannon. Their units resist monk conversions. Tons and tons of relevant bonuses. And on the other side, we have Pogdog rocking the poles. I love them for Team Arena. I don't particularly like them for 1v1 Arena, but they seem like a pretty popular pick. Perhaps I should reconsider that assessment. The two bonuses that Pog will use most with them, I'm sure, are the stone mining for gold. You just basically mine stone instead of gold. You never need to get to gold specifically, and that will power his Trush. And additionally, if it comes to this phase of the game, drop a castle, get the unique tech for the cheaper gold cost on knights. Honestly, even versus Teuton heavy cavalry, I think the poles trade cost effectively once that tech is in. So I think poles are a pretty decent civ to take on the Teutons, but let's see what this Trush can do, man. Especially if Esjb is thinking that Pogdog is a weaker opponent, I bet he will completely not expect what's about to come his way.
Yeah, lots of bonuses, lots of things going here. We'll see what Pogdog has in store for us. Jabari, I'm gonna let you take over here for a minute. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't have any loose wires or anything.
Sounds good. Yep. So I've actually never watched this build from Pogdog before. I guess the thing about it that is most unique is that he mixes in Men-at-Arms, which is not a unit I think I've ever seen from another player on Arena. I don't think I've ever seen Men-at-Arms in Feudal Age in a 1v1 arena myself. And it really does make all the difference. It makes Vil fighting not viable as a defense. It helps with taking down walls, both like the outer wall and any inner re-wall. They introduce other potential ways to get an economic damage. I like it. Of course, the weakness of it is the tremendous investment. I do worry a bit that Esjb will have a very fast castle, possibly pull it out long before Pogdog really gets deep in the base. And I don't know. I do love, though, Esjb's base for a Trush target. The stone is forward and he's not on it. That actually bodes very well for Pog. In my experience, the best defenses from Trushes involve stone yourself. And once the Trush starts, it might be too late to take stone. Yeah, and even if the Trush doesn't do tremendous damage, if it gets in and it covers Esjb's stone, it can deny him castles and anything like that until he clears it up. Yeah, I'm optimistic for Pog here, but we also can't overstate how big of an underdog he is. I feel like it must be at least a 600 elo gap here, which conventionally would mean that Pog is well below 10% to win any individual game. Very weird barracks placement, I'll say also for Pog right there. Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. Awkward indeed. I mean, it works out because my audio's given fits right now, right? So he has to give us something else to pay attention to.
Yep, you seem pretty good now.
We'll see.
I mean, you seem good 95% of the time. It's just the 5% where it cuts.
Yeah, I think I've.
Yep.
We
can assess this later. I think you have everything needed for good audio. Your streaming quality is fine. I don't know. We'll figure it out after the game.
Indeed. Feudal Age coming here nice and early, but Esjb on his way up already as well.
That's a horrible sign for Pog. When you trush, you're hoping the opponent is going to have a slower fast castle. Honestly, I assume Esjb is doing a 23 up fast castle. He's incredibly likely to hit Castle Age before Pog really gets in there deep. And a trush is so easy to push back with Castle Age tech, be it Siege or a castle. Though Esjb will not be going the castle route, so I guess Castle Age Siege will be his answer to the trush.
Yeah, and he honestly will be up at such a good time that I think Siege will be out before any real damage can be done here. Pogdog's going to have to be very vigilant with these tower placements.
Dude, the audio's bad, man. I couldn't hear half of what you just said.
Yeah, why don't you just take over and I will just be observer, man.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Sorry that this is happening.
No problem.
Yeah, as Esjb hits the Feudal Age, I like Pog's tower placement. 2 tiles away, sufficiently far from the gate that Esjb will not see this. As the monkey comes in and the surprise factor is immediately lost. I think Pogdog should start battering the wall right now. Yeah. I like the tower placement versus surprise factor, but that is gone now. Esjb immediately adding mining camp on stone, apparently doing so in a bit of a panicked fashion as he places it like unnecessarily far away. As Pogdog begins his assault, Feudal Age walls, lower HP. It's coming down fast. Esjb rewalling behind. Numerous things about Esjb's reaction indicate panic to me. The rewall just looks haphazard, and it's also pointless. Like, it literally will slow this down by a second or two. Definitely not worth the investment. A very weird tower as well. This is full-on panic from Esjb. This is good. Pogdog has a chance here. I mean, like, a 23 pop-up is a really tight build. So whatever he was planning to go for, maybe multiple TCs or something like that, he can no longer afford that with, the quick walling, the Vills building the tower, the Vills on stone. So even if this trush does get pushed back right away, Pogdog has 100% achieved something in denying Esjb the strat he wanted to go for, whatever that may be. As Pogdog discovers the tower himself, spots the stone. When you're doing a trush like this, the stone and the berries tend to be like the jackpots you're hoping to hit. I'm sure this Pogdog will register this, and possibly his next tower will focus the stone. As Pogdog himself, his eco behind this is decent. Yeah, look at this quick wall. He's adding the full work and everything. Yeah, the quick wall in the end, I mean, it did essentially nothing. These men-at-arms are in. Esjb has a whole new world of problems here as he's walling in this res, but he's walling with Palisades versus men-at-arms. Kind of doesn't work, especially with the monkey in the mix. Very nice stonewalling into the tower here from Pogdog, as Esjb needs to decide what he wants to do in Castle Age, and a siege workshop comes up immediately. Honestly, with the first mangonel, the trush is kind of thwarted, but Pogdog is just pedal to the metal, staying in there. He's going to tower some deep inside. This is what he knows. And you know what? This is fine. I mean, it's going to keep Esjb at home for a long time. It's going to prevent Esjb from booming. This is solid, but I do worry that Pogdog's 5 Vills are going to go down in here. And when the player's only around 30 pop or something, these 5 Vills represent a pretty significant portion of the economy. At this point, I think Pogdog should try to get out of here with these Vills alive, man. 2 stonewalled towers covering both golds is very fine work. This is, if he can get out of here with these vills alive, this would be a very successful Trush. As Pogdog lets them stand there, perhaps he's just macroing at home or something. He's going for another tower. All right, these vills are going down with the ship as the mangonel arrives. And yeah, all right, he knows his time here is up. I hope he can delete that tower to get back the res. Not sure if he did. And yeah, it looks like these vills are committed to the battle here or something. I don't know. But he's adding a stable. You know what? I dig it. Definitely unexpected, as Pogdog forgets to click up. All right, he's going for the buildings. Cool, cool. Yeah, stable in the back. I don't know, man. He's playing against a much higher rated player. I will not criticize this play. When you're in a giant mismatch like this, playing it meta is probably the worst idea, because that is the one style of play where you're almost guaranteed to get outplayed. But something like this, yeah, he's also getting armor. Oh, he's clicked up, he's getting armor. He's going to have strong knights in here, and Esjb honestly would not consider this a possibility. The probability of him adding spears preemptively is about 0. He might add monks, which would happen to be a good solution. But it looks like Pogdog might literally be making knights here against a fully defenseless opponent. Yep. As Esjb, he's building a castle at the front. Oh no, Pogdog, do not lead him to the stable. Okay, cool, cool. Yep. And this will be interesting. Pogdog's about even in economy. He is behind 2 TCs to 1. He will be behind 1 castle to none. Esjb is ahead by 1 eco upgrade. But Pogdog, with some good knight damage, could swing this back strongly. I do worry a little bit, though, that Pogdog could take the lead. And just given how outmatched he is, I don't know. He needs to just take a big lead and snowball it, man. These mismatched games are hard. If I didn't know the players and I just saw the position, as Pogdog goes for an insane castle. He might get this up if the opponent doesn't see it. This is nothing I've ever seen before, man. This is technically a castle that's so forward that it's backwards. As poles, you need a castle for the unique tech. It's kind of part of the strat, no matter what. I like this, man. I also like the fundamental decision to dedicate 0 resources to defense. This is, I guess, one of the reasons why lower-rated players can do well on Arena, because it doesn't require as much multitasking. Like, he has to macro at home and needs to attack at the front. There's really no other tasks that he needs to tend to. As he's massing the knights before showing them, definitely at this point, it's good to wait for +2 and good numbers. And yeah, at this moment, Esjb is panicking again, for sure, dude. You literally never see this. There's a 0% chance this is expected. Fortunately for Esjb, the monastery happened to be coming up. And monks are the ideal answer to this. So Pogdog getting a little bit unlucky in that regard. But the economic damage Pogdog's doing here is good. They're even in TCs, and Pogdog has an economic advantage at this point, man. He's behind by Wheelbarrow, but he's idling a bunch here. He's killing. And, yeah, I mean, Pogdog has better eco-efficiency. This is a little ridiculous. At the same time, though, Pogdog's position in the back of his base is hyper vulnerable and kind of expected to eventually go down. Pogdog's put himself in a position here where this forward base and attack kind of either needs to win him the game or Pogdog is GG. I don't think Pogdog can afford to lose his castle and this stable and these vills and still come back. So Pogdog's really do or die with this forward. These 4 vills are everything for him right now. As the converted knights get thrown away to castle fire, that's very good for Pog. And yeah, neither player is close at all whatsoever to Imp. It looks like Esjb, he's not shown any signs of making a particular military commitment at this point. Yeah, Pogdog in the unique tech, very, very nice. That is huge. That will allow him to probably field better numbers, take cost-effective fights. I mean, with poles, once you have the tech, I personally like to treat the units similarly to how a Goth player would treat infantry. Your disposition towards them is just like that of disposable things. You can toss them into a lot of situations where you would otherwise not want to because they're so likely to die. And yeah, Pog, 2 TCs, both working consistently. Pogdog with 30 seconds TC idle time. Actually, that is incredible, I will say. As he's moved out of his base to take stone, I believe Esjb did spot that. So those vills are probably going to be in danger eventually, but it's cool for now. And yeah, Pogdog needs to decide on his plan here. He's got a decent queue. And oh boy, Esjb looks like he's about to click up, and that is a horrible sign for Pogdog. He's going to lose his castle in the back. He's going to lose his stable. As a spectator, given this information, it's clear that Pogdog should abandon his back position here. Maybe just release his knights and try and do as much damage as he can in one attack or something. But being the slower player to Imp, Pogdog's position in the back of the base here is indefensible. Fortunately, he's done enough that he can afford to abandon this and still be competitive. But given that he's the lower rated player, I don't know. He's going for a second cancel. Is it possible he's going to hunker down and try and hold this? Yeah, as Esjb chatting about the monkey. Yeah, being friendly. Nice to see the sportsmanship. Yeah, this Pogdog doubles down in his position. Honestly, if you're Esjb, you love to see this castle and back. You know you're on your way to Imp. You're going to have easy pickings of those. Those cheap Teuton farms are in number as the Pike research comes in. Yeah, oh boy. Teuton Halb is only answered by Skirm and Obuk from the poles. And having 2 castles trapped in the back of the opponent's base, which will go down handily to Imperial technology. The opportunity to produce Obuks will not be there. And I think that with the loss of this forward position, Pogdog will be left floundering a bit. Behind in tech, behind in eco. And with the opponent here, Esjb already tacked into the counter for what Pogdog would naturally want to go for. Halb versus Cavalier. But Pog is solid. I'm sure he won't go down easy, as this stone, which had previously been spotted, does eventually get raided. It's the risk you run going outside your walls. It was good while it lasted, as Esjb is now slowly starting to move across the map. This is kind of okay. The knights are out. I approve of this. I mean, I guess a lot of them will get converted. I definitely don't approve of letting them all get converted. But I like the idea of trying to do damage with them before the position is lost. Yeah, the vulnerability of Esjb and his base to that was just going to decrease. So that was definitely the moment to strike. I mean, the moment to strike was a while ago, but better late than never. As Pogdog, I mean, maybe he could try and like sneak some of his vills that are back there even deeper to keep them alive. But fundamentally, that position is lost. As Pogdog continues to reinvest into it, I don't like this whatsoever. This is wasted resource and attention. Yep. As the Vil actually there is going down to the tower. The tower has still managed to stand all this time. But this position, yep. Pogdog should have known as soon as Imp was hit that this position back here is indefensible. But he's committed to the strat that he started a long time ago. Honestly, again, despite the fact that he will probably lose here, he's played it very well. And yeah, he's got to switch his focus at this point. As a few O-books show themselves, honestly, these military units, knights and O-books, very easily converted units, outnumbered by the monks, are just donations to the enemy army. Yeah, the only fight here is just this inevitable death to the stuff in back. As Pogdog has Imp queued with an additional huge bank behind this, and pretty full pop. Pogdog should be able to put up a pretty decent post-Imperial fight, but versus Teuton Knights and Spears. Light Cab, you know? Light Cab for the monks, this is nice, man. If he can snipe these monks, actually, this is some very good value as, like, a dying wish for this back base. You know what? That's actually pretty cost-effective. Yep, I like it. I like it for sure. As Pogdog, his resources are huge. He's teching into archer stuff. I like it, man. He knows he's facing mass Halb. Poles do get Arbalest. And versus Teutonic Knight Halb, Arb performs phenomenally, actually. I don't know if he's going to go into Arb as opposed to Skirm, but Arb would perform phenomenally. You definitely need to mix in at least one of those two units to have a chance versus the Spear line. And yep, he is going for Arb. Given his bank, that makes sense. You don't want to lose early in a game like this with 3,000 gold in the bank because you decided to go for a trash army. I definitely approve, but he should also mix in some of his power cavalry as well. And nice. The Vils survive back there in a sneak fashion. There's a very good chance Esjb will assume that they went down, and he'll have the opportunity to have a second go at the sneak. As these Trebs roll up to the front, noob move by Pog, making these archery ranges in the front. Perhaps he will all his productions in the front. Oh my god, these Trebs are going to cripple his production. As they decide to target the gate first, I guess Halb raids are on the table as Pogdog, another bit of a noob. Oh, it's his wood economy. His wood economy simply cannot support production of the ranged units. Yeah, it's pretty much only cavalry that he can produce, and Pogdog, with zero military production, I guess is reluctant to produce cavalry into an army of Halbs. Reasonable. But at this point, man, you're about to have your base taken. You got to have something out there. I personally would abuse the market to queue up these production buildings with whatever you want, even if it's inefficient. As it looks like Pogdog is going to get absolutely stormed here with essentially zero defensive military. The first Arbs are queued. I don't think that he will get them out in good enough numbers to fight effectively versus the Halbs. With the addition of these converted knights, every single one of these knights, as he's doing decent counter damage, he continues to do decent counter damage, but the loss of his entire base is imminent now. Oh, he's got 23 Arbs queued between two ranges. Honestly, he was close. He was close to making a very good tech switch here, but he needed more production. He needed the production in the back. He probably needed to shift some of his food economy onto wood sooner to support the ranged units. It's just a lot going on, man. Yeah, as the siege rolls in, these Trebs will take out literally every single building he has left. The sneak does survive, man. The sneak could continue to do some counter damage, but Esjb just is better at damage control as Pog is dancing with the Onager. One last dance right here, man. Take the big shot. Yeah. And Pog is damage controlling this all right. The Halbs that dove deep went down. Pog is buying the wood now. He does realize, oh my god, it's so painful. He's got 100 ARBs in queue. He does have 6 ranges. He will get out the numbers. This will be a good fight. And honestly, Teutons are so weak to ARB overall that I guess is why he added the Onagers. It does counter their greatest weakness. If Pog can get Arbalest Cavalier, he'll be good, but oof. It's gonna be tough to never take a big shot. And Esjb seems to have prioritized the Onagers here. He's guarding them well. Pog is stabilizing here. The sneak is just building houses, which Pog does need. Pog does have the Q, man. He should unqueue some Arbalest to get res for Cavalier. He should also research Cavalier and continue following through with the cavalry upgrades, because a mono army of Arbs will not do this, as he actually is pushing this back momentarily, but he takes a big shot on the Arbs. These are they're affordable setbacks. He's actually building good mass, but this is just so dangerous to be this close to the Onagers. Honestly, he should probably retreat to outside of Onager range, because like every second he's within range of these Onagers, he's just taking a tremendous risk of losing everything as he splits. That was... There we go, baby. Viper Smurf confirmed as he micros down the Onagers, and he finds himself Arb versus Teutonic Knight Halb, which is a wonderful matchup, dude. He's cleaning this up as Siege Onager comes in on the other side. That doesn't really change the calculus of this too much. He's still hyper vulnerable to the units. I guess when he does take the shots, they will be a little bit more devastating. As Pog's mistake now, I think, is failing to add cavalry to continue to support his army. The mono army of Arbs, it does excellently against everything here except the siege. The addition of cavalry, I think, would actually allow Pog to push this back. He seems to have like no stables left. He's got one. It's not queued. Okay, it is queued, but he's housed. He's housed. He's missing Cavalier, and he's missing the final attack upgrade. His ARB numbers are good. He just needs the cavalry to complement it. He's using his one stable to get Cavalier. Perhaps he doesn't realize... Oh! His ARB numbers are not good. Yeah. If he had a couple Cavalier, man, those Onagers were unprotected. You know, Pog has been so close as he sells the wood for gold. While he has 46... He literally has thousands of gold spent in queued up Arbs. He doesn't need to be selling for it. He could just unqueue a few. What he needs is additional production. Yeah. He's just 600 elo behind, and he put up a good fight. GG's, man. Very uniquely played. Very, very well played, man. I've been talking about the game continuously. I don't know how much more I can recap it, but he put on a good hold. He was in a winning position for the longest time. Some unique tricks. It's always nice to see players use their personal style. And yeah, man, Pogdog, like possibly the bottom seed or close to it here. Almost taking a game, man. Yep. Looked good.
GG's. Sorry to come back in at the end, but audio is still problematic for me, so do apologize. But we are going to update the bracket here, guys. Congratulations to Esjb. Well fought for Pogdog. Hope he enjoyed his time here. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, now would be the time to look elsewhere. Had a blast, he says. Very good, Pogdog. Esjb will move on here. He'll move on to face Underter. Of course, this website doesn't want to work right now, but well done, Jabari. Sorry, audio issues made you do that one alone, but is what it is today. Get that figured out soon, guys. We only have 2 sets left to cast for the round of 64. Dapple Werner versus Gurus Toby Bufus, and Far Forever versus Yo-Yo Dude. We do have all those games, and we do have a few sets already played for the round of 32 as well. So I'm going to try to get this audio fixed and be right back at it here again over the coming days. Lots of games left to go.